Good day, everybody. This is Michael Weniger, CEO of Essante Organics. And hey, I got to tell you, tonight, tonight I'm excited. And I'm going to tell you why I'm excited. Because you're going to hear about a company and its products, and you can't find another company in the world like this. I know a lot of people might say that, but I can tell you, go look. You cannot, when we talk about Asante Organics tonight, we are talking about the largest. So forget about, any type of business opportunity and things like that. Just go look on anywhere on the internet, and what you will find that we are Asante Organics comes up as the largest USDA certified organic superstore in the world. In the world. And tonight you learn how you actually get to own a piece of that store. Now, wow, how about this? I'm going to give you an example. And we're going to hear a little bit about the company, its products, timing and positioning, and you're going to hear a little bit about some testimonials. I'm just going to call some of you folks out. And if you come on screen, you come on screen. If you don't, just holler out your testimonial. But I got to tell you guys something. You know what? Let's just think when you look at Santi Organics and you look at a company that's so laser focused, all it does is focus on solutions that is everything plants, all plants, certified organic and wild-crafted plants. And if we just think of one product that we have, we're going to hear about a few others. And let me tell you before I even talk about this one product, I want to talk to you about a company that has products in its line that has been nominated for the Nobel Prize in gut health, products that are being used in healing centers around the world as their protocol to save lives. A company that has been in business for 20 years, a small company that has been in business for 20 years, but every single year that we have been in business, we've won the International Green Peace Award for our personal care line. A company that in 2012, the NBC network stated had the strongest alkalizing products in the world. So you take these products, you create an alkaline environment inside your body, a place where you live, a place where, if alkaline, no sickness, no virus, no disease, no illness, no that worst thing that I don't like to say, and I'm not going to say it, cannot survive. Fat cannot survive in an alkaline environment. And we're proud of that. And a small enough database that you guys can take a huge, huge advantage of and be the pioneers of something that is going to be so phenomenal. Not because I say it. Look at all the periodicals. Look at what Forbes is saying. Okay? Look at what all the analytics are saying is going to be the next paradigm shift in life. And you get to own a piece of that if that's what you want, or just use the products. Now let me talk about this. I always say, let's look at one of our products, just a shower gel. Did you know that estimated if you made 5 cents, 5 cents, you can make a lot more than that if somebody bought our shower gel, or shampoo, I'm sorry, the shampoo, right? But for everybody that washed their hair today, just in the United States, if all you did was make 5 cents, you've made $15 million today. Wow. What if you just made 2.5 cents? You made $7.5 million. That's a day. A day. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. And let this sink in that I don't live in here. I live in here. Okay. So it's not about everything around me, although it might be. But more importantly, what am I putting inside of myself? And what am I putting on top of myself? So what we do as a collected a collected group of influencers, we create awareness, we educate people. We don't sell nothing. We don't have stuff. Our president, Dr. J will talk about that in a little bit. And then we execute by providing solutions and the education that goes along with the solutions, so you know how to do the right things to get the results that you want, that you are looking for. Now, you know, I am a pinnacle part of all the formulations in this company. But do I talk to people about this company just like anybody else does? I'll tell you a little story that happened this weekend. Ran into a lady that was sitting at a restaurant, but up by the bar because it was really packed because of the golf tournament that was here in Arizona. So you couldn't get into any place. And my brother and I went in there. We just started chatting about golf. And then one thing led to another. And then came to find out that she has survived her life by beating a wicked health situation in her life 15 years ago. And she said to me, I would never, ever want to be in that position ever, ever again. And guess what? That just put my foot into the door. And then we started talking. And we started talking what was on her plate. And I asked her if she had took any enzymes or probiotics because she's 56 years old. Or 50 years old. Guess what? She didn't. Now you want to know why that horrible thing happened? And we talked about that. And by the end of her, of me visiting with her for 10 minutes, she had to get my number. And she texted me the very next day. Please send me some information. I want to see what you mean when you said, first, we got to clean this out. We got to get rid of all the biofilm. It's the first step. Then we have to start, because we didn't wake up one day and went, oh, I got that, because you didn't have that when you were a kid. No, in order to get that, something over there had to happen. And then this had to happen. And then inflammation had to happen. And you wouldn't have had inflammation if you would have not had a compromised immune system. So somehow you have a very horrible immune system, so compromised that all these things happen, but that immune system would have never been compromised if you didn't take care of your gut. And then we go back to the beginning and work from there. And needless to say, I'm happy. Why? She got it. And now she's going to be ordering products. But what do these products do? I know a lady that's on this Zoom right now. I'm going to ask her to speak. And I want you to hear what her results were when she got in. What was she looking for? What happened? Joelle, you know I'm going to do it if you're in the room and if you're by your computer. There you are. There's the pretty Joelle.
Hey, how are you?
Okay,
Um,
tell us.
sure. I was very skeptical. I had been in other companies before, and it would work for a little while and then it wouldn't work. And it was because things were changed, ingredients added, ingredients taken out. So I decided to join one more time. This would be my last stop. And I tried the products and I was pleased with all of them. At first I started with my hair. I figured, okay, if it can really help my hair, then we'll be happy with that. And then I had all these other products because I started with the Go Green pack and I watched Michael talk about alkalizing. And as I alkalized and the more and more I did it, the more belly fat I lost, the more weight I lost. Um, the more chins I lost. So it works. If you follow through with it and you just keep on doing it, it's going to happen, whatever you're looking for, because these products they're better than advertised. I've lost a lot of weight.
Thank you. And I will tell you guys something that Joelle was very disciplined because we aren't here to go out there and sell stuff and products and things like that. We help you design the protocol that fits you because there's nobody else like you. It's about you, and it's about you getting these results that you want. In her case, when I knew her, she's lost over 100 pounds and off her medications and walking better and easier and can go for walks now. And you're giving somebody their life back. That's what you're doing, truly. No matter how big or how small, you're helping somebody else with something. Because you have to also understand, maybe they they really thought about it and said, "Yeah, I don't want to be using all these toxic chemicals. You think red dye is bad? Huh. You know what? They took red dye off the market and it went nuts on Facebook. Facebook is like the third largest country in the world, right? I'm like, how is everybody so excited about that? I've been talking about that since 1990, about all these dyes and what they do, but guess nobody listened. Now all of a sudden, because it got banned, whoa. But you know what? We'll be doing I'm going to be doing a training in our private group. So if you're new here, get into the private group. Because if you think red dye is bad, wait till we start talking about other things that I'm going to educate on that are even more horrific than that. Well, like EDTA. Do you know what that is? Well, nobody wants to put formaldehyde on themselves. You think that just because it's there, oh, I'm going to dodge that bullet? Most likely not. Just takes a little while. But that's where the education part comes in, right? But let's talk to somebody else who's had some fabulous results. And Kat, I know you were telling me all about this good stuff that's been going on in your family's life. So, hey, 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 why don't you jump on and
Hey, hey, hey.
there you go.
Um, so I have multiple things I could talk about. I'll talk about how hard it's been for me to lose weight. Like I just don't lose weight. And when I started the products, I was not taking them properly or consistently. I mean, I didn't miss my enzymes or my probiotics or, stuff, but I would skip the greens and the reds. And can you guys hear me? Can,
Yes.
okay. Um, So when I got consistent and then the Fido cleanse came out, boom, it was crazy. I'm like, I'm paying all this money for these products and I'm not using them properly. I'm not taking the enzymes the way I'm supposed to. I'm not taking the products the way and I'm not being consistent with my greens and my reds. And so what am I expecting? Am I going to spend all this money and not take the products right? I might as well just not do it. So I'm like, buckle down and do it. So I did. And boom, the weight just started coming off. It was crazy. I'm 66. It feels weird saying that, but yeah, I'm 66 and I was just like, you know what, as you get older, it's just the way it is. It's harder to lose weight. And I do think that is true, but for some people, but I just can't believe it. Like the weight. So I've dropped 17 pounds so far, which is huge. I mean, I'm not like a super big person, but I was overweight and 17 pounds I was just watching the scale and was just in shock because I wasn't really changing what I already ate good. I wasn't changing what I was eating. Um, but it was just being consistent with the alkalizing protocol and then adding the phyto cleanse, I think was just huge. So off came that weight and here it is. Like it's been, a few months now and it's just not coming back on. It's just, I'm not putting even a pound back on. And I'll lose like 2 more pounds and then maybe go, but I'm not going past a certain weight. So I just can't um, say enough how important it is to take the products the right way and be consistent. And if you can't buy all the products, what you do take, just be consistent with them and buy the Phyto Cleanse, everybody. Like if you're not taking the Phyto Cleanse, you need to be.
Yes. Yes, let me tell you guys, now being that I make myself very accessible to everybody, because I'm here to help. That's what we're here to do, serve others, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about a testimonial that came in to me, and I was like, what? Like I couldn't believe it, right? So we have a person in our company, right? Not saying names, but I'll just say that this particular person called me up and we were talking. And we were talking a little bit about that this person is at the age, I'll say she's at the age, because if I said he, this would sound really crazy, but she's at the age where she, is now going through hormonal things and changes, right? But she has never in her life, this person is in their late 40s. This person, as a woman, has never, ever, ever seen a gynecologist in her life. And I don't know, I don't know. I feel differently than anybody else. I think doctors are great if you break a bone, and doctors are great if you uh, if you get into a traumatic situation like a car accident, you need some stitches or something like that, right? But other than that, even my doctors that I hang around that are leading trauma surgeons and nuclear cardiologists and people like that, they believe the same way. They don't even see doctors, right? Because of their reasons. But so this person told me this situation that they were in. And so they didn't tell me about it until they got their test results back, right? And I was like, oh boy, here we go. Now they're going to tell me the test results. Now what do we got to do here? And they've been on the products with us since 2010, right? So it's a long time. And it came back that all her numbers were absolutely unbelievably fantastic. So what do we do from there? Well, we get consistent, like Kat said, on the products. We up the amount of B tabs because the person is going through menopause. If you're going through menopause, you should be taking B tabs because those things won't be, won't affect the person. And the women love that, and the husbands love that, right? And and so we worked out a protocol, eliminated process of elimination, right? Get rid of this, don't let that in the house, because if that's there, you're going to eat it. If that's there, you're going to eat it. Switch it out. So if you have these cravings, have some fruit, things like that. And now this person's already, a week into it. And, just by making these changes, losing like almost 5 pounds, right? And that's what we do here. We listen, we then put the protocol together, and then it's up to you. You've got to be disciplined to follow it. You know, I was talking to a person right before this, and I said, look, this is not going to be easy. It's going to be simple because it is simple, but you got to do it. And that's the part that's not easy. But then once after 3 to 5 days, when you've not done these behaviors anymore, it's the most wonderful thing in your life because you don't crave and your life just gets better from there. And you know what? To tell us a little bit more about the product line and just because you can own a piece of this company. This is a business as well, and this is what we're going to talk about. It is a business, and to talk a little bit more about that, I'm going to introduce our president, Dr. JJ Levine.
Thank you, Michael. Hello, everybody, all guests and all people that have been with our company and consumers. I welcome you all. We're excited you're all here. And as Michael said, we don't make stuff. And as also Michael said, there is an opportunity here, and this is an opportunity call. That's what we do on Tuesday evenings. So let's talk a little bit about residual income. I know there's many people on this call. Some of your backgrounds I know, some of them I don't. Let me just share a little bit about me. As a kid, I delivered newspapers, I cut lawns, I babysat. I worked at Domino's Pizza. I worked at Blockbuster Video. How many of you remember Blockbuster Video, right? I went to chiropractic college. I was a chiropractor for 30 years. Point of that story is everything that I did. Oh, I left out too. Going through college, I worked at a paper mill, drove a forklift. With all of those positions, I did a job and I got paid. And that was it. Didn't get any residual or recurring income. Wouldn't it be great if I could go back in time and all those lawns that I used to cut as a kid, that each time they were getting cut today, I was still getting paid? That's not the way it works, but it does for some people. If you know anybody who writes a best-selling book, every time that book sells, they get a residual income. They did the work one time. Michael, our CEO, and Daniel, our CCO, were talented musicians. If you make a hit song every time it's played on the radio, every time somebody downloads it, you're going to get paid. Do the work one time, get paid over and over again. That's residual income, and that's what we're going to offer you here. So we've got products for everybody. In fact, if you're not part of our company yet, if you're watching this for the first time live or on recording, I can guarantee you everyone you know uses our categories of products. Not our products, perhaps, not yet. They just are waiting for you to tell them about it. But everyone you know washes their body, washes their hair, washes their clothes, put moisturizer on probably, takes nutritional products, cleans their house. And as you've heard some testimonials already today, gut health products, especially as they get into their 30s and beyond. Well, we make those products, but we're not copycats. We're the leaders. All of our products come from plants, organic plants. All of our products are toxic free. So you don't have to be a label reader. But if you are, we make it very, very easy for you to see the labels. If you're trying to see the ingredients on a product or a company and it's difficult for a reason, because we're dealing with an educated public now. People have cell phones, they have the internet. They can instantly know as much, if not more, than their doctors, more than their nutritionists. And therefore, these companies that have been worrying about this, the bottom line, and using cheap, toxic ingredients for years are starting to get in trouble because we got an educated public. And I posted something on the private group that Michael said, if you're not part of that group, become part of that group as quickly as possible. My son is working in Austin, Texas right now, and the shampoo, the conditioner, and the body wash that's in the hotel has this big thing on the front of the bottles, plant-based. And words like plant-based, botanical, and all natural are just scam words that companies use to confuse and dupe the consumer. Because when we looked at the ingredients, and again, I shared it on the private group, it was loaded with toxic chemicals, cancer-causing chemicals. Absolutely fact. So the point is, we make products that you and your loved ones use every day. You're going to fall in love with them. They're guaranteed to work as well, if not better than the products you grew up with, but they are toxic free. And as Michael said, this is a business, and I want to offer you a way to earn residual income. There's 6 ways to get paid. I'm going to talk about 2. This is very, very simple. We're going to pay you to manage 2 teams, a left team and a right team. Maybe you tell a few people you place on your left leg and a few people you put on your right leg. And they tell some people and they tell some people. And people are just talking to people because they're excited about the products. You heard a couple of our testimonials today. These are life-changing products. And as people use our products, just like any other product, they're going to get lower and lower and run out. And they're going to instinctively, in our case, organically buy more. And every time people buy our products, you have the opportunity to earn 10% the sale of that product. Not just from the people you told, but the people they told, who they told, who they told, to unlimited levels of depth. So Michael was giving you an example of body wash or shampoo and getting a nickel. That is our true philosophy here. So it's not going to happen overnight, but as you tell some, who tell some, who tell some, and then you just don't even stretch your mind that far, a year, 2 years out into the distance, you could technically have hundreds, if not thousands of people using products every month, and you're earning 10% on each and every one of those sales. And if that wasn't good enough, we offer you a matching check bonus. And what that is as you tell people, they can become retail customers, wholesale customers, or if they want to earn money like you, they can become distributors. Well, those distributors, as they start earning their 10% check from all the sales below them, they're going to keep their full check, but we want to offer you a way to match their check 100%. So, you go out there and you roll 4, 8, 10 people or more. And cumulatively, let's say those people on a monthly basis earning, I'm not even going to give you a pie in the sky number. Let's just give you a nice, easy number that's totally doable quite quickly. Let's say all those 10 people combined are earning $5,000 a month on their team check, and you're the one who enrolled all these people, they're going to get all their share, but you can be getting a $10,000 matching check above and beyond the other 5 ways that we pay. And it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. So again, we've got the best products. You're never going to have to make excuses for the ingredients. You're not going to find better products and cleaner products. I say that in quotes because that's another phrase that people use to confuse people. But really, when they look at our ingredients, toxic-free, organic, and made from plants, you're not going to get cleaner and more natural than that in the true sense of the word. And we want to pay you very, very well for getting the word out. So get back to the person when we're done with this call tonight. Get back to the person who invited you here. They're going to invite you to their website. And what you're going to see is you're going to be able to go to their website, click join and save. And in 5 minutes, you can join our company. You can have a website, a business that's running 24/7, even while you're sleeping. And we have people all the time that enroll people as customers and distributors while they were sleeping. How about that? So with that, I'm going to turn it back to our CEO and founder, Michael Weniger. Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. JJ. And when you look at the home-based business industry, I want you to think about something, right? Because, as JJ said, look, how much more beautiful is it that, you're getting paid to shop and then you earn cash back because we got a cash back program. After 3 months, every month, you'll be earning even cash back on all your online purchases because we give out vouchers for you to get half off on products and bundles. Oh my goodness. So you're converting what you already spend and buy anyways, but you're going to convert that into earnings. And let me tell you something. I'm sure we've all heard of Avon and Mary Kay, Herbalife, Amway. We can talk about those old companies. We've all heard about them. Good luck getting in any of those companies and think you're going to make $1 anymore. Okay, because that window of opportunity is gone. It goes formulation, concentration, momentum. Momentum is when a company hits that first $50 million mark in a year from January to February, and then it goes into momentum for 3 or 5 years. If the 4th year is largest, then it's going to go for the 5th year. And then it hits stability. And that's when it's like you're too late. But imagine having a company that is so stable because we've been around for a long time, but we got this teeny tiny database. And look how many people we got here. You guys are the guys, you're the pioneers. You're the ones that are gonna make this thing happen, or somebody else will come in and they're gonna be one of those people that make it happen. And you'll still be watching and you'll go, how did that all happen? Be one of those leaders. I'm gonna tell you what, my brother and I never had anything up and above or beyond anybody else. Look, Dr. JJ, he said, if you went into our offices, you can't even see the wall. All you see is all his acclamations and his certifications and his degrees, right? That's it. Not going to see that. And, with myself and my brother, we don't have that. But we got involved in this industry and we got to a point where we never had to work again in our lives if we made that choice. Because you don't need any type of experience. All you need is one of these, a mouth. Even if you're missing some teeth, you still got the mouth, right? And all you need to do is just get out there and spread the word. It's so unbelievable how this thing works. And we've done it. We've seen it. And we've seen people make, enough money to just afford, they get their products for free, all the way to people in our lives that if I told you how much, yeah, I know a person that's in this industry, true story, that comes from our first company 40 years ago, the only company my brother and I was in, but he was one of the first, probably 10 people in that company. And he doesn't do nothing today. He just gets his check and goes to the bank. But his monthly check is $1.7 million a month. That's crazy money. So you got everything from everywhere in between. And that's where you are. You're right there. And you can make whatever you now. What do you want? What do you want? But you know what you need? timing, positioning. And you couldn't have a better time in front of a way of life before it becomes a way of life, in front of a green movement. And here to tell you a little bit about that is my brother, Daniel Weniger.
Thank you very much, Mike. So I have been in this industry for over 42 years. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart when I say there is not an easier home-based business opportunity out there today in the world. And why do I say that? I say that because you have a global business where there's absolutely no selling involved. You don't have to sell anything. You're simply going to educate people on products that they buy already every single month and they use every single day on them and their loved ones. And then you have a business opportunity where you can become extremely wealthy. And why is that? Because you're getting involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life. That's what I teach all day long. If you can get involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life, you're a very wealthy individual. Well, that's what we offer here at Essante Organics. Right now, only 9% of the world is green, meaning they're educated like us and they won't put chemicals into their body that are linked not to skin or eye irritation, but chemicals linked to liver and kidney problems, Alzheimer's, dementia, reproductive problems in females, cancer. I can go on and on. You know, how can that be, Daniel? You know, our government wouldn't allow that. I go, let me tell you about your government. The FDA, Daniel, I go, the FDA regulates food and drug, and they do a terrible job at that. But in 1936, our government granted self-regulation to the personal care industry. As crazy as it sounds, nobody regulates your personal care products. Why is that? Because it's an approximately an $11 trillion industry, one of the largest industries in the world. Because it doesn't matter where you live in the world. And it doesn't matter if you make 10 grand a year or 10 million a year or anything in between. 9 out of 10 people, no matter where you live in the world, wake up every morning and they stretch and they yawn and they get in the shower and they turn it on and they do their thing. People don't think about taking a shower. They don't think about buying shower gel, shampoo, conditioner, lotion, toothpaste, deodorant, because you do this every day. So now you got an opportunity to get involved in the next paradigm shift in life, which is a fancy way of saying a product or device once brought to market 8, 10 years down the road, it's a way of life. They're very, very, very rare. Most human beings will have 1 to 2 chances in their lifetime to get involved in a paradigm shift. They're so rare. The last one we had a chance to get involved with was back around 1982. Some of you are probably too young. I was 18 years old. Mr. Jobs creates the computer. Mr. Gates creates software and the internet's born. Let me tell you something. If you were first online in the 80s, selling anything from toothpicks to picture frames to wristwatches to baseball caps, anything, you are a multi-millionaire today. Go online now and try to start a business. See if you become a multi-millionaire. No, it's not happening. So timing and positioning are crucial in creating massive wealth. You know, and that's what we offer here. The world's going green. Whether I like it, anyone on this call likes it, this is going to be a way of life. So if you can get involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life, you're a wealthy individual. So timing and positioning, very, very crucial. And that's what we offer here, is a beautiful timing and positioning, getting involved in a way of life before it becomes a way of life. So with that being said, I will send it back to my brother, and I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight, and I'll send it back to Michael. Thank you very much for your time.
There you go, guys. I don't know what more to tell you. You've heard about some wonderful testimonials, a company where you can be on top of a nice small database with 120 products to offer people, not some, this magical lotion, pill, powder, drops, patch, you know, sticker. It does not this gimmicky stuff that is here today, gone tomorrow, and then you wonder where your reputation went. We're talking about a 20-year company where you are using things that everybody uses every single day, but you get to get up to tomorrow and do the same things you've done every single day, go to bed at night, lay your head on that pillow and go, wow, you know what? I didn't touch not one single toxic chemical touched me from my products. Not myself, not my wife, not my husband, not my parents, my grandparents, my children, my grandchildren. What a feeling that is. What a feeling that is. And, I put out a post um, today on Facebook and not too long ago, right? And that particular post was about when and this is something we should think about, because I'm going to tell you what, everybody on here hopefully is old enough to understand that back in when we were kids, there was this no ADD, ADHD, OCD, ABC, XYZ, every letter of the alphabet is now in there, And guess what? They got something to take. Why? Because they want a customer and they want you to think that something's wrong. And they did a study, and I posted one of them. There's two of them exactly the same, where they took 300 kids that had ADHD. You know what they put? They put them on an elimination diet. So what they do, what does that mean? They eliminated the artificial sweeteners, but they ate fruit. They wanted something sweet. They eliminated all these toxic dyes that we've been talking about for 35 years. That isn't a joke. And now they're eliminating them. They got them away from gluten, right? No more dairy, it's acidic. No corn and soy. Oh my goodness, all the isoflavins. And in 3 months, over 70%, 72% of those kids, and there was more as it went longer, didn't have this ADHD, as we call it. It was gone. Go figure, right? And now you got that with the company. And you got that with the only company in the world doing it. There's nobody doing what we're doing. And being able to have all these different awards and being old enough that you feel good that you're in a sustainable company. And now look what's happening in the world. No more of this, no more of that. We're taking that out. You better stop doing that, Coca-Cola, or you're going to get shut down. All this stuff that we've talked about for 30, 35 years is now coming to fruition. And you get to capitalize on that because nobody's doing what we're doing. That's absolutely huge. But who sees it? Do you see it? Because I see it. I was in a place, I was in a place one time where my brother and I were in our 20s. Do you see it? Because we see it and we saw it. And then one thing we never had to see again was money issues because we didn't have any. Money may not buy you happiness, but it sure pays the bills and it allows you to free up your time and do things that you want to do when you want to do it. And the time freedom that comes with that is absolutely priceless. It's priceless. We got to enjoy that our entire lives. And now we put this together so it can happen to you. Doesn't matter what age you are. Doesn't matter. We got kids in here making more money than adults in their jobs for 40 years. It's absolutely unbelievable what can happen if you apply yourself. And there's not a person in the world that cannot do it. It's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. I'm gonna leave you with this because this was told to me when I was at one of those research centers and made a lot of sense. This is where I heard that. Let's say that, again, I don't live in here. I live in here. So what are we putting inside ourselves? What are we putting on top of ourselves? Because this is a living, breathing organ. Our skin is the largest of all. And anything that you put on top of yourself is going to get in your bloodstream in 26 seconds and into your major organs in 5 to 8 minutes. Is that going to be a good thing or a bad thing? Well, tonight before you maybe you get on your knees, maybe you lay down, maybe you sit. But before and then what happens at that moment? You say your prayers. Thank God that you got another day with your family. You thank God that you have a bed to sleep in. Thank the good Lord for his breath in your lungs. You thank the good Lord for a heartbeat, a day with your family. And before you do that, you need to sit there and think. Because you know what? Here's what he did for you. He gave you this to live in. And you know what? What are you doing inside of it? What are you doing on the outside? If you do good things on the inside, bad things on the outside, you're going to put your immune system into a state of confusion. It's going to go in a bad direction for you. If you put good things on the outside, but bad things on the inside, same thing happens. You got to put good things on the inside and good things on the outside. And then magic happens. I saw it happen just this week. I heard the testimonial. There's not a week that goes by. There's not a day that goes by where Dr. JJ or Daniel or myself or somebody at the office is hearing these wonderful testimonials of people that, got out of every situation you could ever imagine. Because what did they do? Change this, change the environment, right? And with that being said, well, before you go to bed tonight, you're sitting there thinking about it, getting ready to thank the good Lord for your days. I'll tell you what, you think about this, because this was told to me. What do we do here? Okay. Because no matter inside or outside, no matter how small or how large you did anything, you've only done one of two things today. You've participated in your life or you participated in your death. It's just that simple. And you get to choose. You get to choose. Taking care of your health is your responsibility. And here's one thing I'll tell you when you leave this place. Now that you know, well, once you know, you know. And now you cannot pretend that you don't know. How can you do it? You can't. I can't. So God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your businesses. And we thank you for being here this evening, your time. We're humbled. And get out there and spread the word. My goodness, if I had this, if Danny or myself or JJ, we're in the offices all day long helping folks, we'd be out there going absolutely ballistic like we did in our earlier days and getting 6-figure-a-month checks because that's what we'd like because it's challenging and it's fun and it can be done. And you got that opportunity right here in your hands. So Thursday night, we also do a training with the doctors. That's more of a product training. So we'll be talking about things with Dr. Becky. And so I thank you guys for being here this evening. And you have a blessed, blessed day. If anybody here is new, you want to reach out to us, feel free to do so. We're available. I'm pretty much available all the time, and we all know that. And I thank you for being here. Bring some guests next week. Let me tell you something. Bring 5 guests. How about that? Anybody who brings 5 guests, that's the magical number. If somebody brought 5, but somebody else brought 7, well, then number 7 wins. You get 5 guests here, 5 brand new people that have never been in here. I'll do one of two things for you. One, I'll give you a few $100s in product or $100 in cash. You get to choose. So pack this room next week. God bless you all, and you have a good night. Take care.